Gay Carl Wilson wins New York City Stonewall District Council race, beating Mamdani, endorsed candidate. Carl Wilson has won a New York City council seat representing Manhattan's 3rd District, a historic LGBTQ+ stronghold that includes the Stonewall Inn. Wilson, former chief of staff to State Senator Erik Bottcher, will become the district's 5th consecutive out gay council member. This will continue a streak of queer representation dating back to 1992. The district covers neighborhoods including Chelsea, Hell's Kitchen, the West Village, and Greenwich Village. Wilson's victory marks a win for moderate Democrats in a closely watched race. New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani has endorsed Wilson's opponent, Lindsey Boylan, while Council Speaker Julie Menin backed Wilson. As Wilson was the only out LGBTQ+ candidate in the race, this sparked discussion about whether the district's historic identity should influence representation. However, voters told the advocate that they prioritized policy over identity. Backed by labor unions, elected officials, and queer groups, Wilson campaigned on affordable housing, expanded crisis intervention services, and stronger public transit. He also emphasized LGBTQ+ protections, particularly for transgender people. Well, leading off the last point, I'm glad he's supporting the trans community, but having been a former resident in the New York City area, all of those things are important, looking at housing and infrastructure and transportation. So I'm glad to hear that the identity, especially of gay New York and LGBTQ New York, is still a stronghold.
I do have a question, though. Is Greenwich Village even gay anymore? I mean, it wasn't very gay when the last time I visited, like maybe 8 years ago.
I was in that part of New York City, like a year or two ago. It was still pretty gay. It's a lot of just walking around with lots of queers.
Gentrification moves us every 10 blocks every decade or so.
Most cities are, again, we have fought for years now for, assimilation, I'll call it. So it's what I respect is that there is an LGBT voice as part of the council. The fact that he happens to be in a district that also has a lot of our LGBT history is great.
Yes.
And what I like is the fact though that the article said that people vote not based on identity but based on qualifications. So apparently, they all thought he was a qualified person, so we shall see if he is or not.
I actually would say the voters, I call BS on the voters on that one. And you've elected queer people since 1992. There's nothing wrong with that. But when he was the only out candidate, he was the chief of staff to the last openly gay city council of the district.